So Donald Trump is somebody who doesn't understand service and he doesn't understand sacrifice. He's the person who said of Americans who died in combat to protect our country that they were losers and suckers.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. A growing political controversy has now reached the global stage after comments from American leaders and public figures sparked international reactions and renewed debate about the United States' image abroad. The situation quickly gained attention online and has now become part of a wider discussion about politics, national identity, and America's role in the world. At the center of this story are recent statements linked to former President Donald Trump and the response they triggered, both inside the United States and internationally. The comments were made during a public appearance where Trump spoke about national leadership, loyalty, and America's global position. His remarks were strongly worded and immediately drew reactions from political opponents, supporters, and international observers. Critics say the language reflects deeper divisions within American politics, while supporters argue it shows strength and direct leadership. The debate quickly spread beyond domestic politics and began influencing conversations about how the United States is viewed on the world stage. Now, here's what we know tonight, what was said, how the reaction unfolded, and why this moment matters. First, the context. The United States is currently facing multiple political tensions at home, including debates over immigration, national security, and America's international commitments. These issues have become central themes in political messaging, especially as public attention grows ahead of future elections. During a recent speech, Trump emphasized themes of national pride and criticized what he described as weak leadership and declining global respect for the United States. He argued that strong national identity and loyalty are necessary for maintaining America's position in the world. Those remarks quickly sparked responses from political opponents who say such rhetoric increases division and damages democratic values. Some analysts also suggested the comments reflect broader disagreements about what patriotism should mean in modern America. Within hours, clips from the speech began circulating widely on social media. Supporters praised the message as patriotic and necessary, while critics described it as inflammatory. The reaction did not stay limited to the United States. International media outlets began covering the story, with some foreign commentators raising questions about political stability in America and what the debate says about the country's global leadership role. In several countries, analysts discussed how internal divisions in the United States could affect international cooperation and diplomacy. This brings us to the bigger question, why does this matter globally? The United States plays a central role in global security alliances, international trade, and diplomatic negotiations. When political conflict inside the country becomes highly visible, it often shapes how allies and rivals interpret American policy and leadership. For allies, political division may raise concerns about long-term stability and policy consistency. For competitors, it can be seen as a sign of internal weakness or uncertainty. That's why moments like this often receive intense international attention. Now let's talk about the reaction inside the United States. Political leaders from both major parties responded quickly. Some defended Trump's message as a necessary call for national unity and strength. Others warned that such rhetoric risks deepening political polarization and undermining democratic institutions. Meanwhile, public opinion appears sharply divided. Online discussions show strong support from some Americans who agree with the message of national pride, while others express concern about the tone and its potential impact on social unity. This reflects a broader trend in American politics, a growing disagreement over how the country should define its identity, values, and role in the world. Another important part of this story is the role of media and global communication. Today, political statements are no longer limited to domestic audiences. Speeches, interviews, and public comments are instantly shared worldwide. Leaders are speaking not only to their own citizens, but also to international viewers, foreign governments, and global markets. That means every message can carry diplomatic consequences. Experts say this global visibility increases pressure on political leaders because their words can influence international relations, economic confidence, and security partnerships. Now let's step back and look at the broader issue behind the debate. At its core, this controversy reflects a larger question facing many countries today: how to balance national identity with global cooperation. Some leaders emphasize strong national sovereignty and independence. Others stress international partnerships and shared global responsibility. The United States, as a global power, sits at the center of this debate. For some Americans, strong national messaging represents confidence and protection of national interests. For others, it risks isolation and increased global tension. That disagreement is not new, but moments like this bring it into sharper focus. We should also note that political controversy is common in democratic societies. Public disagreement, criticism of leaders, and competing visions for the future are all part of the political process. What makes this situation different is the global attention it has received and the speed at which reactions spread across borders. Now, what happens next? First, we can expect continued political responses from both supporters and critics. Second, international observers will continue watching how American leadership and policy develop in response to these debates. And third, this moment may influence future political messaging as leaders shape their positions ahead of upcoming political events. For now, the discussion continues both at home and abroad. Tonight's bottom line is simple. Strong political statements from a major American leader have triggered a national and international debate about patriotism, leadership, and the United States' role in the world. The reactions show deep divisions in public opinion, growing global attention, and an ongoing conversation about America's future direction. We'll continue following this story as new developments emerge. Thanks for watching.